And obviously we'll give you plenty of notice once we know that. Bevan, I can hear you. What's up, man?
You can hear me all right now, can you?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, damn MacBooks.
Did you figure it out, or did you go to your phone?
I just had to go into settings and change a few things.
Oh, makes sense. Well,
You carry on, Tex. You were in mid-flow there.
Yeah, so that's where we're at with the testing on the wealth management platform. One thing we're working on right now is the curated funds. So as a lot of people know, or if you don't, just a way I think of those is it's almost like copy trader, where you can copy a professional trader that's trading all the time, and your trades follow his. Same concept, but with a portfolio. So almost like a mutual fund. It can be made up of 10, 20, 30, 40 different coins. Someone that you follow, an influencer, a friend that you think can build a well-balanced, diversified portfolio. You can just buy into it's an NFT, and they're able to build it however they want. They can rebalance it, change it. You can follow and continue to rebalance, or just buy and hold. So that's a cool feature. What we want to do is find a few really strong communities where they can build out their own portfolios. We'll give one to the deHedge community. So news will come out on that, where as a group we can build what we think is our favorite fund, and people can buy into it. And then some of that revenue will flow into the DAO, into the treasury for us. So that'll be cool. And then if anyone knows any communities that we think would be a good fit, a good partner to have, someone that wants to build out a fund, their community could get behind it, we're certainly looking for those. So reach out to Bevan or me or anyone on the team to get us in contact with those. But that's all I had. We'll get a lot more news coming out soon. BlockGuard, that's the gold-backed token we're going to be launching. That's under development. That's going very smooth. We've found all of our gold partners, the vaulting services, all that good stuff. So a white paper will probably come out in the next couple of weeks on that one as well. And shooting for a late Q1 launch on that token. So that's the updates from me on the product side, Bevan. Don't know, since you didn't really hit the intro, if you just want to say what's up and tell everyone what's going on in your world.
Yeah, cheers, Dex. You've basically covered everything from a product point of view. We have a PR firm on board. They've been on board now for around 3 months. They've been waiting for us to get to a stage where our products were close enough to release before pushing their work. You've seen the articles. That's just going to increase. We started slow, not to flood our name out there and nobody knows about us. So we'll push it slow, get everyone to see who we are, get our name out there slowly, and then efforts will start to increase. Myself and Tex managed to land a decent size interview with Bitcoin.com, who are one of the largest platforms in the whole of crypto for any crypto news. Not many people, when you first start out with a PR firm, are able to land an interview with Bitcoin.com, but we were lucky enough. They liked what they were seeing. So myself and Tex are handling that now. It's a written interview, so it's not like a voice AMA like we're doing now. So we will have an article live within the next few weeks on Bitcoin.com, covering everything we're doing here, from BGWM to deHedge, staking, you name it. Whatever we do is going to be on there, along with our thoughts of the general market. So where the Bitcoin ETFs have been confirmed, they've asked us questions regarding that, questions regarding how users can become more safe in the space, just general questions about how adoption would be possible, basically. So that's very, very exciting. So that's what we're doing from a marketing standpoint. We are looking at going the main route of influencers as well, but we've been advised by the PR firm not to do that yet. They don't like to shill heavy until mainstream reporters and mainstream media actually get to dive into who we are, what our products are, without looking just degen, getting Twitter influencers to retweet you or whatever it may be. They just don't like it. Exactly the same as we've got more news from behind the scenes, how the build is going, but we can't release it yet because our PR firm and the reporters have said if there's any news, they have to release it first. All the large reporters and the large platforms like Bitcoin.com, if they don't get the story first, then they're not going to list your story. They just don't want it. Same as all reporters, all journalism. If they're not first to market with a story, then they're just not going to bother doing it. So yeah, stay tuned for that side of things because it's only going to increase, and hopefully we can get some of you guys involved and start to make some noise through the space when we're allowed. I've said it multiple times before, and you all know just as well as I do. You've all been in crypto long enough, and you've all been in projects long enough. A strong community is better than any PR firm. You can spend £1 million on PR firms. If you haven't got a community that backs you up and a loud community, that PR firm's not going to do anything at all. People will know your name, but if you haven't got a strong community, you're not going to get investors. So we do need you, but you lot to back us up, get out there, whether it's just retweeting our tweets, commenting, go and I know everyone doesn't have TikTok, but if you do have TikTok, just go like, subscribe to our YouTube, just do anything small that you can do to just back up the campaign efforts that are going on. So that's all from a marketing side of things. I'd just like to let you all know that you can all see Toby up on the stage. Toby is going to move into a role within the team. It's going to start off as helping us with community networking, small AMAs in other communities, little collaborations, whether it be little Twitter spaces, etc. I used to do them myself all the time, but I'm quite busy, so I don't want to put off some quite important work to do 4, 5, 6 hours of AMAs a week, but because it just doesn't make sense from a company standpoint. Any large interviews like the Bitcoin.com, with our PR firm, anything like that. Of course, if I haven't got work on, same as Tex, same as Mongo, same as Billy, we will always be present. One of us will always be present in AMAs for if Toby ever needs help or there's questions that he can't answer. One of us will always be there. But yeah, so Toby's going to move into that role for us. So thank you very much, Toby, for stepping up. He's been helping behind the scenes when nobody else can see. He's got to do some exciting things along with Salah also, who's been helping. Appreciate it massively. They've been testing the platform along with Densler as well. So yeah, everything's going on behind the scenes. People can't quite see it, but we can promise you it's happening, and you'll get to see all the fun stuff very, very soon. So with that said, we will open up the stage for questions. If anyone would like to come up, chat, say anything at all, ask us anything, you carry on, and I'm gonna put Toby in the limelight. See how he does.
No pressure.
One thing while we're waiting for anyone to raise their hand or ask a question in the chat, I think you all saw the announcement yesterday with our partnership with Nameless and Banksy, and he's up on the stage too. So any questions you'll have on that, that's something, I know I talked about this in the Nameless Discord yesterday, but me and Banksy have been talking about for literally a year and a half now, and it all came together over the last few months, and there's lots of great testimonials, so definitely go like that Discord and look around, see what you think. But any questions on that? BlockGuard, deHedge, marketing, anything at all? Feel free to ask us.
Who's going to be the first to put their hand up then, if anybody?
Poppy, raise your hand, ask a question.
Yeah, I think we know that's not going to happen.
Come on, somebody's got to ask a question.
All right, Red Sand on the stage. What's up, man?
You'll have to unmute Red Sand. Red Sand, if you can hear me, can you unmute?
While we're waiting for Red, Mongo's asked what's my favorite cookie.
Yeah, what's your favorite cookie? Let's get the icebreaker out of the way.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with white chocolate and macadamia.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I didn't understand a word.
Even Bevan will make fun of you for that one, so it's okay.
Hey, so
Red State, what's up, brother?
yeah, finally, I was able to manage my own phone. So good job, me. So I do have a question about the curated funds. Are these like actively traded? As in, like whoever runs them is trading in and out in order to make profit in their particular fund, or is it like almost like a Vanguard fund where you buy a bunch of different tokens and it's just kind of a manage them as in, like, if something's kind of not doing very well or a little too stagnant, you can remove it and move it into something else. Can you kind of give us a little bit more of a what to expect on those curated funds?
Toby, you want to take that, or you want me to take that one?
Yeah, sure. So it depends on the fund manager. It's how you want to run it. It can be a set and forget, or if you want to move out some allocation or even get rid of some coins and bring in some new ones, then that's going to be possible as well.
Yeah, so just to add to that, it's just like if you look at, if you're on Fidelity or, Hargraves or any of those big traditional finance brokerage firms, there's a lot of different types of funds. And this is obviously different from that, but it kind of mirrors it in a way where you could have an actively traded mutual fund in the traditional markets where someone, places a lot of trades, there's a lot of turnover throughout the year. And then you may have a lot of the index funds, like the Vanguard index funds, where there's very little turnover. It is a buy and hold, matches an index or a sector. And we will have the ability to offer both of those. So there could be more active ones. Now, it's not going to emulate or be anything like copy trader, where there's 10 trades a day, or, this is not a good vehicle for that. It is a better long-term hold than an actively or a day trading type of fund. But there will be both options. Some fund managers will place a lot more trades than others, and like I said, some might just index it. So there will be both. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, and so and just my understanding is that the tokens that are available to do this will all be on Binance for now.
Yep. So we're launching on Binance Smart Chain. They had the most, especially like all the layer one blockchains that we want to make sure people can properly diversify in. They're all on Binance. There's just a tons of coins on Binance Smart Chain versus a lot of the other chains, and it's very inexpensive. So we'll launch there. We'll continue to branch out as we can, and as it makes sense. But yep, we're launching there.
Tex, I think what he's trying to get at too is that if you have a fund that's basically blue chips and it's more of an index related thing, and you come in, he wants to put in $15,000 his money's allocated based on the percentages of that indexed fund, right? / curated fund that you're managing. Is that how that works? Just
Yeah. So if he buys $15,000 into a curated fund, that would be a large enough amount where it would push the trade through immediately. Now, a regular person saying putting $500 in or $100, whatever, those go through batches at 12 p.m. or midnight UTC, 12 a.m. UTC, and all those trades go through at that time. So if you're putting in $1,000 and then the fund is 15% Bitcoin, at midnight UTC, it'd be buying $150 worth of Bitcoin and 8% of Ethereum, 5% of AVAX, whatever it is, all the way down the list.
beautiful.
And then what's
Vince,
cool,
that kind of answer your question. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. One thing I'll add, and then see if Resident has any follow-ups, is if a curated fund manager goes in there and then makes all these massive changes, it's not the reason you bought in or something like that, you'd have to approve it before it automatically reallocated. So there will be like a button you press to rebalance or reallocate if, they just go off the limb and pick some crazy coins or, try to do something like that. It does protect you. So just want to throw that out there as well.
Yeah, I do actually have a follow-up on that. So then how do these curated funds then feed down into the DAO NFT holders? So there'll be fees associated, I guess, with getting into the fund?
Yeah, so what I think, sorry, I was getting into him too, but there's a couple different ways. The way that DAO NFT benefits the most, in my opinion, is through the discounts of someone buying in, dollar cost averaging and getting a large value over time, especially over this bull market. Most people think we're about to start entering, so that's a huge benefit. Now, directly, how does the DAO treasury benefit? On a curated fund, we split the fees 50-50 with the curated fund manager. So that could be another community, just an individual, whoever that is. So if there's $100 of fees in a fund, $50 goes to that curated fund manager. The other, and that would be deHedge on the curated fund that they will have. The other $50 will be BlockGuard, and then everything that BlockGuard does, there's revenue share with deHedge. So those funds will directly go into the deHedge treasury, where then we can vote on investing it, distributing it, whatever we want to do with the fits each quarter.
Also, to just expand on what Tex has just said, so curated fund managers, prospect owners, we're going to be releasing 2 NFTs. There's going to be one that backs the deHedge treasury, one that allows BlockGuard to continue development, whatever needs to be done behind the scenes, which is called Alliance. Name may change, by the way. We're not set in stone on that yet. But prospectors, that's another way the deHedge treasury will benefit. For every prospector that's sold, BlockGuard gets none of it. The team gets none of it. It's all direct injection straight into deHedge treasury. So if all 50 of the prospector NFTs sold out, then even if they were all sold out with a discount, the deHedge treasury would get over 100,000, 125,000. It's impossible for them to all sell with a discount because there's only a certain amount of max wallets. It's only max wallets allowed a discount, and they're only allowed a discount one prospector for every 10 NFTs they hold. So if they all sell out, it'll be 200,000 plus going into the deHedge treasury. Like I said, BlockGuard gets none of that money. The team gets none of that money. That's all deHedge revenue. And that's how we wanted it. And that's why we've started to release the prospectors first, because First and foremost, we wanted all our holders to benefit. So if that means BlockGuard assets go slightly after and start to be talked about after deHedge assets, then that's what we'll do. And then, as Tech said, we will also be profit sharing from all BlockGuard products direct into the deHedge treasury.
Perfect. Red Sand, anything else? Any follow-up questions on that?
No, I think that got most of what I was wondering.
You have a
Good job,
random
guys.
question for Toby about his favorite food or random thing to do?
I'm good there, actually. I know Toby's favorite. Actually, Toby, who's your favorite Liverpool player?
It changes obviously with the games, but
It's
I'm quite
Slippy
liking
G.
Konate at the moment.
Definitely Slippy G.
Somebody mute Bevan.
It's awesome. Going through the chats to see if I missed any questions. Cheeky, will BlockGuard Wealth Management have the ability to automatically DCA? Bevan, how about you answer that one?
Yeah, so that's actually one of the things I've spoken to our developers about. There's actually lots of platforms at the moment that are offering recurring buy orders. So that is something that I've spoken to the developers about. It's not an easy thing to put into our platform, but it is on the horizon and it will be implemented.
Yeah, so what we envision is the ability to do that even with a debit card with fiat, bank transfer, obviously through crypto, and have it as an automatic DCA, set it and forget. Also, eventually we'll have full bond integration with the wealth management platform. So bond distributions could be paid out in block gold, DCA into a fund, vice versa. So there'll be a lot of integrations with bonds and DCAing, but that would be a phase 2 or a future integration, not going to be available exactly right at launch.
Yeah, call that something like a V1.5. They are upgrades coming, but there's just a few things we've got to work out with the dev house to get it done to a point where it's running smoothly enough.
Good
Just
question.
spotted a question there from Watcher there. Can we use our NFTs repeatedly for fee discounts? I believe as long as the NFTs are still in your wallet, then every time you use a transaction, you'll receive the discount related to that.
Yep,
Yep.
that's exactly right. So when you buy, into one of the curated funds or a BlockGuard managed fund, it'll read what DAOs you have in your wallet and apply the discounts in. Same thing on if you redeem it or on the end when you're selling it back for your USDC. It'll read what NFTs you have and give you the proper discount. So yes, that is ongoing.
Who else is going to come up and speak to us then? Somebody's got to come up and speak to us. Come on, I'm having a beer here on my own. Well, Tex is bound to be having a beer.
I actually just opened an IPA, so yep.
IPA for a change.
Yeah, Deep Ellum IPA.
Jesus.
It's a Texas beer right here, buddy.
I would have thought you'd be moving to Australia soon with all that piss water you drink.
That's just when I'm staying hydrated. Drink that Coors Light when I'm drinking more than a couple.
Who's going to come up? Somebody's got to come up here. Just making it. You ask very good questions. I think you should come up on stage and give us a grilling. Read these messages. Let's have a look.
He's in a meeting.
I don't know if I just moved Red's hand off the stage or if I just kicked him out forever, but
kick him out. Kick him out forever. Anyone else got any questions?
why don't we get Banksy unmuted and ask him a couple questions, see what's going on over there at Nameless.
Yeah, definitely. If that's all the questions done for us, yeah,
Well,
let's move on to
John
Nameless.
has a question real quick.
Yeah.
How far along is the blockchain? We have started development, at least on the architectural design and the planning for everything. So it's actively being worked on full time right now. Now, in the next couple of months, could be 1 month, could be 2 or 3 months, we'll have that all finished with the white paper and timelines, roadmaps, all that. So again, that's probably the end of Q1 announcement, but when we'll give out all the specifics.
Yeah, so I'll just expand on that. We've been in talks and planning this for a very long time behind the scenes. I'd love to say this stuff is overnight type stuff, but it's not. It's as Tex has said, it's in build phase now. Around the next 6 weeks, we're looking to have full design, architectural design, and proof of concept, all technical data to back our claims. We've been assured that by our dev house, so that's very, very close. The full blockchain to be completely live, we're looking at probably the end of Q1 2025. Because of a very, very lovely woman in here, Densler. She is our main private investor. She's shared in everything we've been planning behind the scenes. She's been there every step of the way. We have complete funds to build every single one of our products that you've heard about. We also have a runway of, if we had no more funding from this moment on, we have a runway of just short of 2 years. It's around 22.5 months. That's for all operational costs. That's for the full products to be built. That's whatever money we need. We've got it for that long. So at the moment, we're in a very, very healthy position. So yeah, just stay around this space and watch out, because that's going to be big. I mean, we've got some very big things coming. The blockchain being one of them, but I don't know if you know, but block gold is a lot bigger than people may think also. You have the likes of Paxos Gold and Tether Gold that are without a doubt the giants in the market. But you need to be a whale to get involved there. You can't get any physical gold unless you've got the money to mint directly from them. For that, you probably need close on over $250,000. It's just an obscene amount of money. We will be the first true gold peg token to offer redemption in physical gold bars that an average person could buy. I can go and DCA $10 a week until I hit 100 tokens, and then I can I won't go into too much detail because I want to leave it for a press release, but there's a way then that you can make them tokens redeem a full bar of gold. So yeah, it's a lot bigger than what it may sound. So that is also super exciting. So yes. Any more questions that I've just spoken through in that chat?
The one thing I would add, if we were just doing like a fork or some, easy to chain just to build for speed, and that would have been like a 3-month process. So, we don't like having to wait over a year on this either, but it's because all the technology we're bringing has just never been done before. So that's the reason for the time frame. Because if we were just building a chain to build a chain, that's a cheap and easy process, and this is much more than that.
Yeah, we were basically told through all of the stuff we've been through with the dev house, if we wanted to just do what everyone else was doing, release another layer 1 that tries to solve gas issues or whatever it is with not much other structural changes, 3 to 5 months we could have been live, we could have been raising private rounds and ICOs and all of that, but we've given strict instructions to our dev house. We don't want any kind of fork. We want this a ground built up from the ground, layer 1 with functionalities that are not seen anywhere in the space. There's nobody even close to the features that we're going to have on our blockchain.
Joe Freeman had a question. How are the block gold tokens backed by gold? Do you have physical gold at home, or how does that work? You want to take that, Bevan?
Yeah, so as Tex mentioned, when we first come on in the intro, we have gold partners already. They have secure storage vaults. They're one of the biggest gold providers in the whole of Europe. What's going to happen is when somebody mints a token from our DApp, we will then send money to them, which will buy the gold and stored in their storage units. We're front running the gold purchase, so we're spending just under $40,000. So we've got a large amount of gold anyway in the vaults. So as soon as somebody mints 1 to 10 tokens, it's already backed. There is a time frame. Was it 3 to 5 days text to get money off chain sent to them? But that may have changed now because they're allowing us to send crypto to them instead. So within a couple of days, the token that you would have bought would then be in gold, and it will be in the vaults. I can't go into too much detail about how you will physically own the gold or what gold you will own, because as I said, I want that to be in a press release. It's a very cool feature. Again, something that's not being done. I don't know why, because it should be being done, because it's not rocket science, to be honest. It's quite a simple concept. But it's a very good concept, and when people see it, they will like it a lot. But the basis of it is you will own a gold bar when you've got enough tokens. I can't say how, but that's what it'll be. You will have a gold bar in the storage. So yeah, that's how that works.
Yep, super excited about block gold. John, the second John, not the first John, asked, how large is the staff currently?
How large is staff?
Yep.
So you have core team, which is myself, Texas, Mongo, Billy, Snorky. Then we have a few people working under us. You all know Pappy. He's been with us for ages. We're bringing on Toby. We also have a marketing coordinator that's just come on and started helping us, who is a very cool dude. He's helped some communities get very big, 15,000 plus. So at the moment, it's us as a core team, and the staff underneath us. And then Denzler is our very own VIP core team member who is with us doing everything. She's behind the scenes with us. When we come up with product ideas, we take it to Denz. She's very knowledgeable. If she thinks it's absolutely terrible, she tells us. If she thinks it's great, she tells us. So yeah, that's the current team. We are expanding, and we want to expand into certain roles very, very quickly. We need a legitimate CMO, somebody who has been there, done that, knows this space, but not just this space. We need them to have known traditional finance sector. That's the big key for us. We're not just a DeFi project. We want to target that bridge and really get traditional finance users onto the Web3 side of things with a more Web2 feel, if that makes sense. We're going to try and build our ecosystem so that it's much, much easier to navigate than your average DeFi project. We've tried to start with our landing page. You'll notice it might have some pretty colors and look nice, but we've tried to lay it out more of a traditional website with an easy flow so people can find products nice and easy. So as well as a CMO, we need a CFO also, where, as I said, we're already very healthy when it comes to finances. But that will grow very, very quickly in the few months when we are given our proof of concept and all the technical data to back our claims about the blockchain. We will be moving into our earliest private rounds. More details on that will come. But we will also, I'm in talks already with platforms for ICOs later in the year. And we will be moving to that. So we do need some legitimate C-suite staff members to come on board, because at our size currently and with our skill sets, yes, we can manage, but we don't want to manage. We want to flourish and be completely solid from every aspect. As well as them, we have some other roles that we're targeting. They're not as priority, but we will be looking for things like IT security, business development manager, etc. We're already in talks with a couple of people to come up to them roles. We'll always try and keep it within the community first. If the community have skills, if we got community members that have skills in these areas and experience, then why would we want to look outside first? Of course, we'd give back to the community first wherever we can. So yeah, I hope that answered your question okay.
Yep, so exciting stuff there. Banksy, if you want to come on and unmute yourself, we can talk a little bit about the partnership, what it entails for both teams, and some of your thoughts. But if you just want to start and give us a little intro about how you founded Nameless and just a little bit about your background, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. No, thank you guys. Can you guys all hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Lovely. No, I appreciate you guys having me. But yeah, I'm very, very appreciative of just this partnership and excited about it. And Nameless it's funny. I literally called it Nameless because I couldn't think of a name. So that explains that. But yeah, I mean, this is something I've been working on for over a year and a half. A little bit of a passion project for me. And I have a very addictive personality, so I tend to go, when I do something, I go way overboard. And it's been fun. Like I had learned this on a very basic level from a mentor of mine. He was a professional gambler and just kind of taught me some of the tricks of the trade and how he basically had been able to make money for a significantly long period of time. And from there, I was floored by it, and I, to be honest, didn't believe him, but realized that this is interesting, so I might as well try it out. And yeah, here I am almost 2 years later. Kept trying it, and then basically I just ended up enhancing it, using kind of my background with math to just make it better, make it more efficient, make it easier to do. And so, yeah, that's basically what led me to here. And to be totally honest, I mean, I told you this text from day one. I never expected to show anyone how to do this. This was not my intention or anything like that. But it's funny how things work out, and I'm like really grateful and excited to be showing people and teaching them and have them use the app. So yeah, it's, I mean, at the end of the day, for anyone who doesn't know what Nameless is basically, it's a math equation that allows you to beat the game of Baccarat over a long period of time. It's not risk free. I would never tell someone this is like, oh, you're never going to lose, nothing of that nature. But what it does is it shifts the odds in your favor, and it allows you to create pretty significant cash flow over a significant period of time. And yeah, for any of you guys who don't know about it, feel free to join our Discord. I'll drop that link for anyone who hasn't been in there. You can obviously read the testimonials. My own experience with it, I ended up moving to Las Vegas actually to really test this out. Like I said, I tend to go overboard when I really get into something. And I started with 10 grand, and 6 months later, I ended up with 305 grand. So that was my experience. And you can kind of see from the people I've taught how to do it, their own experience with it over the last few months. So it's been fun and it's exciting. It's not extremely easy in the sense of like, this isn't passive income. It's not like I'm promising you millions of dollars. I would never do that. It takes your work. It takes your time to do it, but at the same time, I've seen some awesome results for me, for other people, and yeah, it's, at the end of the day, it's pretty fun. So that kind of gives a basic idea.
Yeah, and I'm always building out these financial plans and how we can integrate that into the deHedge and BlockGuard ecosystems. You know, for people to have liquid money that's safe and earning something, some cash flowing money, where their passive income meets all their monthly needs, growth assets. But a lot of times it takes us, you know, especially if you're younger, a lot of years to save up to have that amount of passive cash flow. So we partnered with Nameless. It's not passive necessarily. You have to go in there and do the work, but just a great opportunity for someone to build up a lot more cash flow, start putting you know, some free cash flow that they get into long-term investments, getting that growth, passive income, all those boxes. So we're excited about the Nameless partnership. And Bevan, anything you wanted to add with your experience or what you thought about the partnership with Nameless?
Yeah, Nameless is a lot more than Baccarat, though. Banksy has an insane brain. I've spoken to him for a lot longer than me. But watch the space where he's concerned, because I can guarantee you'll see a lot more than Baccarat. But to touch upon Baccarat, I tested a little bit before we got our players involved. I'd never seen the game. I've played a tiny bit of poker, but never seen Baccarat. Didn't have a clue what it was. Without trying the game at all, I went straight into testing and instantly started winning, because you get told what to do. Banksy's platform literally takes all of the work that you would need to do to think or guess what you're going to do, and tells you where you should be putting things, how much you should be putting, and also when to leave, which is one of the most important things in my opinion. I've got a very addictive personality also, and I went through a little betting spree years ago. I've not really touched casino since. It wasn't on like cards or anything. It was like football bets and horses. And one of the things that is very, very hard to do when you get into that routine of putting money down is when you lose, you put more money down and you start chasing it. And without anyone there to tell you, right, that's enough, it can get out of control pretty easy. I've worked in the mental health industry also and seen lots of gambling addicts. With this platform, it's like having Banksy sat right next to you saying, yeah, do this, right now it's time to stop. And then he'll tell you when to go again. And it's like you're not gambling as such, because you have somebody at your side navigating through all the bullshit, so to speak, with what gambling can bring. And it's just a bonus that it makes you loads and loads of money. I started with real money 4 days ago. I only added $500 and I'm already up to $806. And that's with quite a big losing spree on a bad day. As long as you can keep your emotions in check, where Banksy's platform is concerned, you just need to trust what the app is telling you, and you'll bring it back. If you try and deviate, then things can obviously go wrong. Like Banksy said, it's not risk-free. He'd never say that, and neither would any of us, not about his platform or about crypto. There's risks in anything that involves making lots of money. There's always going to be. But if you stick to the rules, then that risk is mitigated a lot. So I personally thank Banksy for bringing it to us, and Tex, because it's an opportunity for everybody in our community, if you wish to try it, to go start small. Banksy's good enough to give 7 days of the platform for free. So you can try that platform for 7 days for free. If you don't like it, then don't continue. But from my personal opinion, I can't see anyone trying that platform for 7 days and not continuing. Yeah, so thank you very much.
I appreciate that. And yeah, that's the whole point, right? Like at the end of the day, I want to make sure everybody, I want to make sure everyone, I don't want you to take my word for it. I don't expect that or anything like that. It's like that's the reason there's the trial there. It's like I want you guys to be able to use it, get your hands on it, and get comfortable with it, because it is different. And it's funny, I'm not a gambler, and so you might think I am, obviously, because of this, but I'm not at all. And it actually helps with people who aren't gamblers, because there's something called the gambler's fallacy, and that's where people who are gamblers tend to think they see things that aren't really there. They make up things like that. The mind is trying to do things because it wants to be in control. So with this, we really take all of that out of it, and being a non-gambler is actually a big advantage, because at the end of the day, you just want to take your emotions out of it. It's a lot like trading in a way. There's a lot of crossovers with how this works in trading, in the sense of just emotional control, know when to start, know when to stop. And the beauty of the app is it tells you when to start, tells you when to stop, and gives you everything you need. So yeah, I wanted to touch on that stuff, and I'm excited. I mean, this is the first product in a line of products. So there's some really cool stuff we have in the works. And at the end of the day, like this, it's all math. Like I don't want to make it sound like this isn't. I don't gamble. I just do statistics, and I think that's kind of the beauty of it. And like Bevan said, there obviously is a risk. There always is going to be a risk, but with risk can come great reward. And it's important. The biggest, most important thing I always trying to echo to anyone who uses the app, or anyone who's getting comfortable with it, is number one, you got to control your emotions. And number two, just listen to it. Don't start gambling. Don't think you see something that's not there. Don't try and make up a bunch of money really quickly. At the end of the day, it's about long-term gains. I'll always take a short-term loss if I know in a month I've gained it all back plus a significant more. So yeah, that's all the things I wanted to touch on. But yeah, you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in that chat, or you can always join the Discord as well. Like I said, I'll put that in the chat, and you can always open a support ticket, ask questions there. We have a general chat that you can ask questions to. So whatever works, whatever works for you guys. So yeah.
One thing I love is part of Dinsler's testimony, which he's talked about a lot. is how much it's helped her with trading as well, with staying disciplined and being patient, and so it's even helped her trading learning the system. So hopefully, a lot of people share that result as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Amen.
I mean, it's a lot like if Mongo managed to create an app that tracked the chart of a coin and it told you when to put the trade, kind of like a copy trading thing, but with a more direct approach, direct to the individual and direct to the chart that they're trading on, rather than just off past data. Because as Banksy said, his is all maths. It's all based off statistics of how long can you go with losing before actually this is going to turn into a winner, and Banksy turns into a winner a lot more often than not. Just to put a bit of perspective on what I mean about turns into a winner, my average over the last 4 days has been 71% of my games I've lost, but I've doubled my money. So that just goes to show that the algorithm that Banksy has created truly does beat a losing game. It's mad how it's happened, but yeah, he's done it. Mongo, do you want to give your thoughts, because you just started last night? So
Yeah, I can't compliment him enough. I can't just the software, the logic behind it. If you're a really good trader, you'll be really good at this as well. It's all the same logics you use in terms of patience, but this actually gives you a set rule book to follow. There's no guessing. I'm not thinking. I'm literally just watching his app. His app tells me to place 15 on player. I put 15 on player. Then it's either win, tie, or loss. And then his does the rest for me. There's no thought involved. I look at it. I'm looking at moderate to conservative. If it moderate or conservative says end the line, I end the line. I pick up, go to lobby, and go somewhere else. So it takes the thought process out of it. It takes the emotions out of it. That's the one thing I preach in all of my coaching for technical analysis and trading and charts is first step is remove emotion. Emotion's what causes everyone to lose money. So this removes all emotion. Yeah, Banksy, I can't applaud you enough. I'm at a loss for words for some of this. It's pretty amazing.
I appreciate that. No, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, it got me kicked out of the Venetian, so I hope it's worthwhile.
You're banned. That's always a good sign.
Yeah, it is. No, it is. They had the funny story on that one is they had to restructure the entire part of the casino floor because of this. So it's actually a beautiful thing. Next time I'm in Vegas, I'll send you guys a video of me getting escorted out.
That's awesome.
Saying that, would anyone like to come up and ask Banksy any questions, or just anything at all? If anybody would like to come up to the stage and speak on anything, feel free to put your hand up.
We're waiting for that before we start wrapping up here in a minute, and definitely ask any questions. Just raise your hand if anyone has anything. But if not, my last thoughts are with this nameless app. My vision is, every day to go in there, get 1 or 2 hours in. At my level, it's probably $250 to $500, and take it off chain and buy me a BlockGuard fund or a curated fund for that day, and put the rest back in the casino for the next day, rinse and repeat. So I'm really excited about that. I can really see this being a way to really build up my funds and get ready for this bull market. So that was my last closing thoughts on this whole thing, and I don't see any hands raised or any questions. Bevan, if you want to.
I don't
I'll
see
echo
anything.
I'll echo real quick what Tex said. I just so you guys know, I'm gonna start streaming soon, live play. So that, I mean, just for fun, but also so people can watch me play. And with me, I'm gonna take every basically piece of profit from my streams and put it into BlockGuard. So that shows you, it's I believe in everything you guys do and everything this community is about. And to be totally honest, this is the first crypto project that actually financially makes sense to me. I'm just like totally honest. And like that's what's so exciting, and I'm stoked to. I'm just excited and happy to be part in a really small way, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun over the next few months, the next few years.
We seriously appreciate that. Yeah, that's a great accolade. Thanks a lot for that. And it may seem like a small part, but I can guarantee you'll be a bigger part of BlockGuard and deHedge than you believe.
No, I appreciate that. I love that.
And I just replied to someone in the chat that this is just the very beginning of this partnership. There's going to be a lot of cool things and collaboration. So a lot more to come with this.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Right, guys, I'd just like to say thank you all for coming. And I will ask again, please, if you can take 5-10 minutes to just retweet, comment, whatever content Pappy is putting out. Just take 5 minutes out of your day just to get it shared. That will make a whole load of difference. If our PR firm is putting out articles and reporters are seeing our name, and then they're also going on to Twitter and seeing people tagging us, it's gonna make a massive difference. Even if it was 20 or 30 people, you wouldn't believe the difference that can make. So yeah, if you could all please just take a couple of minutes out of your day, after playing Baccarat and winning money, we would very much appreciate it.
Well, awesome.
But,
I guess that wraps us up. And thank you everyone for listening in. And let's go to a very prosperous 2024. I'm excited about it. And we've got a lot of stuff coming. So thank you all for the support and the help.
Yes, thank you.
Hell yes, thank you guys. See you all soon.
Thanks, guys. See you later.